My name is Treece. I'm a captain in the United States Army. I'm currently assigned to the United States Military Academy at West Point. I was raised in a single parent home. My mother, Yolanda Treece, raised me. She really had me invested into the community here in Morristown, from growing up and being in the church at Bethel Baptist, playing the drums for over 18 years. Um, she was also like an all-state chorus member at East High School before I attended East High School. So she just infused not only the Bible and the good morals, the moral compass that I have, but she ensured that education was prioritized as well. So that's my mom. I don't have any siblings, but I do have a lot of cousins and relatives that I grew up with. So I have a large extended family, and we would just be fooling around, having a good time. But oftentimes it was associated with church. I can remember every summer, well, I think it was about every summer, we would go on a youth retreat for our church. It would be in North Carolina, in the Black Mountain area, and we would go mountain biking and negotiate a high obstacle or high ropes course. And so those type of activities pushed me toward my service in the military, such as rappelling out of helicopters and doing different things that are more physically demanding. I was born in Knoxville at UT Medical Center because I was 3 months early, at 2 pounds 1 ounce at birth. And so Morristown didn't have the facilities to essentially facilitate my birth. But once I was born, I was brought back to Morristown. And from what I remember, I was always in the church because my mom had me in the church. I was a little church boy playing the drums since like 3 or 4 years old. My mom was singing in the choir. And I was always, if it was Sunday school or other father figures or mentors and friends that had me over to just, I don't know, be a kid. Those are some of the memories that I have. And then ultimately in elementary school was really where my love of education and service came into play. I had mentors such as Coach Bobby Davis, who invested in me early, was more of a disciplinary figure, and I ended up playing on his sports team in middle school. But a lot of my memories were centered around church, athletics, and education. A typical day looks like for me, I'm a dual service military member, which means my wife, Captain Promotable, Deja Treece, she went to West Point where we work. Back in 2015, she graduated and always had an idea to come back and serve her cadet population. We got married in 2021, and part of our deal was I would go back together with her, one, to stabilize our family because we had been separated due to military service, and now we have a son. But a typical day looks like waking up around 5:30 in the morning, preparing our son for daycare. Both of us have early morning classes no later than 8 o'clock. So by 6:30, we're dropping him off at daycare. By about 7:30, we're getting to our respective offices. We instruct cadets. I have 2 sections, and I'll do those courses until about noon. And then I focus on summer training for the cadets. So the various levels of cadets, they're known as plebes, yearlings, cows, and firsties, freshmen through seniors. They prepare for summer training. And so I'm one of the lead planners for a segment of our summer training. So my afternoons are dedicated to planning some of those activities. The rewarding aspect of my service to the broader community writ large is just sharing my story, showing a lot of these cadets and service members from across the Joint Force that no matter where you come from, you can make a name for yourself, and you can be a part of a team and part of a larger cause that requires your best on a daily basis. And so putting my best out for those individuals, for the people that I serve and that I work with, is what fulfills me, outside of being with my son and my wife. Just giving back because so many people poured into me. If I could have coffee with any historical figure at this point in my life, it would be General Colin Powell. The legacy that he left, from his upbringing all the way to his prominence as a 4-star general officer, among the many other accolades that he has. I would just want to know what his path looked like from my perspective, some tips that he would give me as a pretty much a mid-level officer at this point in the Army, and basically his words of wisdom as I move forward in my career. My favorite color is North Carolina blue. So yes, I'm a Memphis Tiger, but I am a North Carolina Tar Heel at heart. And for whatever reason, I don't know, I never wanted to be a University of Tennessee fan, and I've always been a Tar Heel fan. So I think what it says about me is that I like going against the grain. I don't like just following trends or patterns, and I like doing doing something different. My favorite place to visit is where I was stationed for over 6 years, or around 6 years, is Oahu, Hawaii. So Oahu is the island which encompasses Honolulu, Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickam, and a lot of different other areas. But it's where I spent the majority of my life outside of Tennessee and Memphis, to be exact. So I love being there. It's peaceful. It's always temperate in its climate, not cold like in New York. And I enjoy going back there from time to time. A place that I would like to visit is just Africa. And I know that's kind of broad, but maybe South Africa or other countries in Western Africa. I have an affinity and a curiosity to not only visit, but work missions, not in the sense of like Christian missions, but military related missions in support of U.S. Army Africa. So I would love to not only visit there, but live there eventually with my family. When I think about Morristown, what comes to my mind is love. There was a lot of people, a lot of different organizations that poured into me, that made me the man, the person that I am today. I quite literally would not have made it to Memphis and to the military without a community-wide support. And so it was that love, it was that ability to nurture, to identify unmet needs, and fulfill those needs in a variety of different ways that were a bit unconventional. But when I think about home, when I think about Morristown, I think about love, and I think about unity, and I think about just support. My favorite aspect or thing about Morristown are the people, right? So when you pull it up on a map, or when I mention it in different places and spaces, people are like, where's Morristown? It's like, it's in the Valley of the Smoky Mountains, in the foothills. But the people make Morristown what it is. A lot of people would just look around and say, oh, it's, it could be this or it could be that. But it was the people, not just the people who look like me, but a people from across the spectrum of education levels and interests and hobbies, from the arts and humanities to, higher education. It's the people that make Morristown what it is. And because of those people, I am who I am. Oh, and my least favorite thing about Morristown, well, now that I've visited, we didn't used to have a lot of different restaurant options. So they're doing better, but I think bringing in more commerce to the area is beneficial. But I think sometimes it also is it could kind of deteriorate the fabric of what makes Morristown. So I hope that answered the question. When I think about unity in the community regarding the task force, there's so many people with so many different perspectives about life and how life should be lived, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of racial identity or any other divisive type beliefs or concepts. I think this task force has a special ability to bring people together that I don't even think like institutions based on religion can do, because the task force has such unique capabilities and people. And so where I envision Morristown in the future with respect to the task force is a more unified community in which people from all around the world can come and flourish and thrive. The message I would give to the generation from 20 plus years from now is that you can do it. A lot of people from New York City or Beijing, China, or all these other places, they may have certain advantages, but what makes this place special, again, are the people. And so tap into the resources and the people that you have here, and know that from Morristown, you can go anywhere in the world. If you want to stay here and make a positive difference, that's fine. If you want to work in the trades or in the manufacturing sector, that's fine. If you want to join the service and travel the world and do different things, that's fine as well. Or whatever you aspire to do, understand that Morristown either has the resources organically or has people who have displaced and work in different areas across the world to tie into. So use the networks and the connections that Morristown brings to bear, and believe in yourself.